Everything you see here is strictly informational. Forex is a high-risk business. Please do not place trades with more money than what you don't have. Please do not trade other people's money. Do not borrow any money than what you cannot trade with. And please take everything that I say as a personal opinion. I am not considered a financial advisor. I'm not considered a broker. I am just one here simply recording my journey along learning the markets.
All right. The most famous words ever said by Matthew McConaughey, other than him driving in a Lexus commercial. Was it Lexus? Was it? I don't know. Was it Toyota? I can't remember. Anyway. Well, I'm doing an update video on the analysis of what is going on this week as far as the pairs that I've been talking about, your USD, cable, and UCAD, as well as I'm going to show you something from SPX again today as well. Yeah, so EURUSD definitely didn't go away. I thought it would go. GBPUSD kind of did. And then USDCAD is kind of doing, what I thought I'd be doing. I just gotta, went a little bit early, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that part. Just 1 second, as I pull up the charts. Like I said, I'm always late to the party and doing this and seeing what's going on. Anyway, how was your guys' day? How was your trading going? Hope everybody had a blessed day. But it's not enough of me rambling. Let's go over to the charts. So this is where I am right now. This is the euro. Yeah, so that's where I am right now. But I'll show you what I thought was going on. So remember yesterday when I had that buy limit set that didn't hit, right? That was just above here. Well, it actually hit in the middle of the night. And so when I woke up to actual profit. Because I thought whenever that hit, I thought, we were actually going to have a positive day sentiment and actually go forward. So now that here, let's just break this down to the 5-minute chart, and I'll show you, well, not 3 minute, 5 minute, and I'll show you what I did this morning, because that's what I thought was going to happen. Is I thought we were going to have a positive day sentiment. My mind wasn't even thinking straight. I wasn't even thinking, hey, we didn't make a new high. Hey, this didn't break market structure and make a new high. I was just thinking, hey, that I actually, got this that broke my my trade, and that we were positive. And so I thought today we would have a positive day as far as market sentiment went. So what I do is I need to remember that the easiest things to remember is to draw a fib from the daily high, or from the session, I should say. So what I should have done, right, was actually taking consideration as to where we were in the session. So what I'm going to do is go to session breaks, right? So the high of the session was here, right? The low of the session was here, right? So and to be honest, this is not the high of the session, this is the high of the Asian session, and even then that probably would have been the best way to do this, but wait, the trade would have been in the middle of the night, I think, if it would have been this way. Hold on, let me see here. Let me see. Yeah, that wouldn't have worked. So, what I should have done was actually done this, right? And when I actually did do this, so when I did this, I saw that it came down. And I thought about trading short, but I was like, but it hit the 80, right? And it came back, and then it hit the 75, and then it, came back and hit the 80, and I'm like, why would it give it multiple, reasons for it to trade down? Like, it doesn't make sense. And of course, it makes complete sense is because they were gathering their shorts all in this area, instead of, because I'm thinking it's going to go down, and then, for just one quick second that way, nobody has a chance to enter and then go back up. So what I did is I think I traded this way. It may have been this way. It may have been this. Either way, they're about the same. But I saw all of this. I saw these double tops, right? And so when it came down to this point, I was already in the trade, so I traded again, right? So I had 2 positive trades going, and it comes up here, right? And it gets this point, and I'm like, oh my God, we have a triple top. It's gonna go right through it, because that's what the market does. If you see these kind of things, generally the market will want to go through it, because there is, liquidity sitting right above this. Everybody's got their sell stops or their sell limits sitting right there. So if it comes up again, everybody's going to go sell, and the smart money's going to go right through it. So when it came back down, I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried at all. I thought I was going to continue to go back up, and then the bottom dropped out of it, and I lost the trade. It was as simple as that. So I thought, I hit this in the middle of the night, woke up, I traded this, and I should have always known, take profit, right at, 100, right when you get to 100%, take profit then. And I should have done that, and I didn't. I held, and I made a dumb mistake, and I lost on the trade. So I continued to watch what was going on, and I didn't buy again until I saw that it actually came down and hit the same bullish order block that I have had drawn out, that I bought off of from last week. Remember, I bought off this last week and rode this all the way up to the top, or mostly all the way up to the top. I think I sold somewhere around here, because I wasn't for sure how far it was going to make a pullback. And I sold this too. I sold this up at the top here because it hit the breaker. But I only gave it a 3 pip stop loss, and I got taken out. So that was not a smart move. I should have held and just watched the market sentiment, because if I would have held that, I would have been in great shape right now. But I did buy this, and if I'd have been smart, I would have actually just taken the 20 pips I think that it gave up, because I forgot exactly. I think it was somewhere around here. I would have taken the 20 pips that it actually gave up and then called it a day, but instead I wanted to trade again. Or what? Wasn't that? Sorry, it was this. It was this that I got. How many pips did that give up? It wasn't that many. Let's try somewhere around here. Around 15 pips or so. Still, it would have been that plus the other 10 pips I think I would have got from this. That would have been, or hey, probably it was probably about the same actually. Actually, I think whenever I traded this, it was actually lower than when I traded this. I forgot exactly what the number was. I can actually look up. Well, it's Of course, it says nothing for the day. 1.7891. So let's just go ahead and put 1.7891. So there is where I hit the first trade. So yeah, it was actually higher. Like I said, when I woke up around 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere around here. So it was somewhere around here, already in the positive. And then around here on 7 o'clock in the morning is when I made the second trade up. And then, yeah, when it started falling is when I wasn't too happy. But like I said, I watched it come down, and I should have just had an entrance right at that order block. Instead, I watched it because I didn't know if it was going to, since it had fallen through the order block that I thought it was going to, thought it might fall through this one too. But it hit this order block, it bounced off. Once it bounced off and I saw it had potential, that's when I finally bought. So I'm not telling you guys what to do or what you should do with your money, and I also did this with paper. Yeah, what I mean is I'm doing this with paper trading, as you can see. So that's where I bought with paper trading as well. But I believe, and I still believe, that we have not hit the high that we need to hit. I think it's just playing games with us. I'm trying to figure out if it's going to go lower or not. I mean, usually to find out if things are going to go lower or go higher, what I usually do is look at the day. And all this I learned from, again, I think I've said it in almost all my videos. If you haven't watched anything by the Inner Circle Trader, please watch all of his videos. I'm diving through all of his video library because he has so much good information. It's taught me to be a better trader. But we all still make mistakes, and I'm still learning. But his thing is trade with market sentiment. Especially this, seeing this. Would have told me that we would have had a down day, and because why? We had a swing high, we had a low here, and we had a high, and then we had a lower high here. So since we had a swing high here, this one would have definitely been a lower. More than likely it would have been a day to where we have gone lower. So that being said, since we are right here, we are also at a bullish order block. Even on the daily, we're at a bullish order block that is right here, that is dipped down into 4-hour order block that also is extended. It likes to bounce off of this. So I think we are okay. Again, I still think the level that we have to get up to before it's actually going to trade and start trading lower is going to be this 1.185 level, and before it starts trading down again. See, there's accumulation here, some accumulation here. I think it'll get here because I don't think it's going to get actually to the top. It could actually get up here, but I honestly don't think so. I'm banking on the fact that it's going to get here to this 1.185 and then go much, much lower. And again, the reason I think that is due to the commitment of traders report that I talked about a lot, and that is the fact that the commercial traders have this red line here shows their net positions, and they have been going net short, right, since here, right? So they probably loaded up on shorts here, right, made a lot of money going down, and shorted a lot of the market instead of actually putting their net longs in. Of course they would long too. Here, as you can see, they had more shorts, or actually, yeah, they actually added more shorts here. Here's where they had longs, and then they added more shorts again. So they continue to add shorts all the way up until here is when their highest shorts are. Now they lessen their shorts and they are going less short and more long. But it has to cross over at some point, and whenever that crossover point is where they actually make their money. Make money from their shorts, and it has to be lower than the point from where they started shorting, right? I mean, that just makes general common sense to me. So it has to be lower than this point here, from where they started shorting, or this area right here, from where they started shorting. So I'm looking to aim for this level, right? This particular level in general, one, because here it's a resistance, it's a good resistance level. Two, overlaps, some Fibonacci's that I have. Again, if you watch my videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So the Fibonacci that I did to where this is the bottom of the Fibonacci from here to here, and also I have a Fibonacci from here to here, and there's a lot of overlaps. Like right here is an overlap of an extension. This is the 100%, but this is also, I think, the one of the 275 extension. This is the 67 extension, which is also the 20. I forgot what that is for. I don't. Maybe this is the 167 extension. It also overlaps with the 27 extension from the other one. And then here was when we have the perfect market symmetry that is going from the very top, right? So if we go from the very top to here, to actually double that, to have perfect market symmetry, you would actually have to get to right here, right? So generally the market does do that. So, and then just below that is the 0.62, or the 162% extension of this Fibonacci from this point here, from the highest point here. So I think around here is where they're actually going to start making profit, and that's where I'm aiming for. But first we have to get higher, because it just makes I know there's a lot of lines and a lot of gibberish in here, but I'm on a daily chart right now. So if we get down to like a 1 hour chart, these lines and this gibberish will hopefully make a little bit more sense. So that's that line I drew that to where I entered. I'm just going to get rid of that. Here's some other lines. I really don't know what these lines are. Oh yeah, that was the fib. Don't need to get rid of that. These other lines that I have drawn have to do with the order blocks, right? So it has to do with this whole area right here. This is the area that basically is going to dictate where it's going, like, how far it gets into it, and where it gets to, how long it's going to fall. So you had the breaker right here, and it actually, that's where it traded from, but right before the weekend it hit the breaker, and that's where it fell from all the way down until today, until it hit the bottom. So it traded from here and all the way down to the bottom. I don't even know how many pips that was. It was a lot. But I think that's not exactly where it may be the point to that may be the breaker, just because that was an explosive move up. So what you want to actually look for in these is your last move up before the down move, your last explosive up move before the down move. Usually you find these in the 4 hour block. I don't know why it moved us this way. And if you look at the 4-hour block, your last move up before the explosive move down is this candle right here. It's a small candle. It's a little wicky. So that's why I also have this candle here to look at, because I think this one could also be an area that we could look at. It doesn't have a wick at all, so it just goes from down straight on up. So all of this is just a lot of buying through here. And the bottom of that candle comes in at the low 1.8397, so about 1.8400. So I think it's going to get about to this candle here I think comes in at 1.8600. Low is 1.8545. My entry, I have two entries, 1.8400 and 1.8. Well, this one is 1.8500. I also have one that's 1.8400, which is listed here. Right now, where I'm buying from, my exit, even though it's my GBPUSD, evidently went lower than I thought it was going to. And now I'm out of that trade, so yeah, great. Anyways, Euro USD might be doing the same. It might be trying to go lower and take me out right now. It may not be going up. I just thought it was gonna get a lot higher, but maybe not. Maybe this is the fall down and I didn't catch it. Because if you look at the daily, we have this big move up right here, right? So this right here would actually be your geez, I always forget the word of it. Geez, help me think of the word here, people. God, I can't even think of the word. Anyways, that would be exactly where it would come to. God, not breaker. I want to say breaker, but it's not breaker. I've said it so many times. It's what this is right here. Order block. There we go. That would be your bearish order block that it would come into. And it looks like it came probably about exactly halfway, right? It did. So if we have this daily bearish order block, it came up almost exactly halfway, which would have been the breaker. This may be our fall down. So I may need to look at this at a completely opposite way. Instead of thinking that it's going to come back up and actually come back into the smaller 4-hour order blocks, I may think, the larger time frame has it trumped, and the daily bearish order block could be the reason why it's doing what it's doing. So my analysis could be completely off right now, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, that has been the euro. As far as the British pound is concerned, I don't think this is the one I had up. This is the CAD. I had a completely different one for the British pound. Maybe, maybe, dang it. I just saved it. Anyway, I'll just bring it up over here. Here we go. British pound. It's on the daily. Same thing. Well, this one was a little bit different because even though we had a swing high and it opened up a little bit lower, it was hard to tell if it was going to go higher or lower. But you know, I did have an idea back in TradingView. This may be it. Yep, the GBP would come down to around 1.29700 around ish, bounce off of that and come back up. What has happened to the GBPUSD has been, here's my current one. Let me get down to a 15-minute version of it. Oh man, I got wicked out. So I was actually at 2.200 was my I don't know if I should buy here or not. I don't think so. So I got taken out of this trade. I want to buy because I feel like I should. But then again, now we have made 2 double bottoms. I think we made a triple double bottom now. So usually whenever you see that, what you get is you get market liquidity. Going from here to here. Yeah, generally people have they want to buy because they see that, right? Because they see that they want to buy. More than likely what happens is the market goes right through it. I'm going to go ahead and delete these since I'm out of the trade anyway. Man, it's been a bad day for me, that's for sure. All right. So anyways, we live to see another day, right? So I think it's probably going to happen is now that we have 1, 2, 3, but what could happen is that this could turn around and go completely the opposite way and then eventually come back down and break right through these. Sometimes it doesn't do it right away. Sometimes it likes to wait and do it. The fact that it came down and took me out, you know, that's just the broker knowing that I am right there. And that it knows it's gonna want to take me out. That's all. I'll just wait until London session to trade again and find out. So what my analysis was for this is that it would come down back to this order block, right, and then continue upwards, and then it would actually take profit here. Unfortunately, it came all the way back down to this area here to where it made equal lows, and it decided to stay right there. Again, like I said, it took me out of the trade. I was at 2.200 and it decided to take me out. So analysis from here, I am not 100% sure. I would like to see it come back up, you know, eventually before it came back down, because you know, it generally you know, it's kind of what it does. It, you know, it makes the market people think, hey, they're going to be winning, and then eventually come back down and break through this. That's what I'd like to see happen. Just because they think this is a solid resistance point, eventually it's going to break through it. I think it might take off and get a little bit higher. It depends on the market maker sell model, and I'm not for sure if this is the top of the market maker sell model or not. Because generally have, let me see here, you have 1, 2, and then 3, and then you usually have 1 and 2 on the way down. So we could be at the top at the market maker sell model, and we could be on our way down. So if anything, we might see this rise up to here, test the top of this resistance level, and then move back down, see accumulation through here, and then see a sell. But it looks like I am currently pretty deep as far as my paper trading is concerned, deep in the red zone, that's for sure. USDCAD, we'll go ahead and go over that one. I called at right around here. I probably could have went a little bit deeper into this one. The reason is that whenever I was looking at the weekly, right, we had a, let me get rid of this. Right down here, we did have a weekly order block from way back in December. Right, and since we had a weekly order block from back in December, what I was looking for is a move inside of this. That move inside of that did happen in September. This is before I had most of this knowledge that I have now. But now we did have this move out. I remember catching most of this move out, and as it came back down, I was thinking, we would probably see some kind of bullish move, as it came back down near the order block, or maybe it would dip back into the order block. And then continue on. So once I put a fib on it, I entered around the 70.5% marker, which was also another bearish order block. So if you have another bearish order block here, and the top of it is about at that 70.5%. And I figured it would buy after that. So far, that we're in the weekly, as you can see, it is in the green. If we get down to, let's say, the 4-hour, this has been going on since yesterday. I've been holding this since yesterday, and it did make a little bit of a dip down into it. And I think it was because it did hit this order block here. That made this move, this last down order, this last down red candle here, right? So it hit that. As you can see, if you go straight across, it's exactly where it dipped into before it took off. So if I'd actually looked a little bit closer and had a little bit more patience, that's where I would have put my entry. Because if I had to put my entry there, we would be at about 40 pips profit right now, which wouldn't be that bad, so, but I am trying to call for a full almost a full wave of retracement, or at least to the institutional level of through 3,400. So that is the update so far. Oh yeah, and I wanted to show you what happened on SPX. Jesus thing, I swear, I feel like every day I clear this off and something never ceases to amaze me, that it just always stays the same. But we'll get down to the 5 minutes of it. We will put session breaks on it. All right, so here, this was the, wait, was that the opening of the day today? That was the opening of the day today. So what we had was, let's see if I can't figure this out. So we had the high of the day, or we had the high of the session, right here, right? So if we draw a horizontal line, let's do drawing mode as well, horizontal line. So we had the high of the day here. Looks like we didn't get past it. If we draw another horizontal line here, looks like we did get past it. All right, so like I said, whenever you have a 5-minute candle that closes below the pre-session low or the high, it is going to continue to go lower or higher depending on which way it is. So even though this one wicked, it could have actually continued going up, but it came back down, closed below. At this point, I knew it was going to continue going lower. So what do? Where do we find the entrance? Here's where I found the entrance. Found the entrance right here. So you can see it come up, it make an order block right here, a little 5-minute order block, right? So it came up, and it came up really fast before it made an explosive move down, right? So I started my fib from there, right? And then I went to where it made that low just after it broke the low, the 5-minute low. Right, so let me get all the magnets on here. Let me get them on tight. So I'm going only to the bodies of the candles, not to the wicks, only because that's where most of the volume is. And where did it retrace back to? It retraced back to exactly the 70.5% optimal trade entry. So if I would have been watching SPX today instead of the others, I probably would have made a lot more money, because this one fell from here down to here. I probably wouldn't have got the exact trade entry or the exact exit, because it didn't get to the symmetrical swing. That's exactly where it got to before it turned around. So if I was aiming for the symmetrical swing, it would have been about right there, right? So it would have been about 239 pips, right? So it went down about $24 today from that area. The entire total move down was about 28. I wouldn't have caught it from the very beginning, but if I would have set this up from the entry that I wanted to, it could have been about 25 or so. So again, I keep finding these optimal trade entries on this SPX. I feel like I need to pay attention more to this than I do your USD, GBPUSD, or the USDCAD. Just because my analysis, or not even analysis, just the way I'm finding how to enter these on the SPX is a lot more profitable, and it's coming to be a lot easier than any of these others have been. So anyways, that's my rant for the day. I don't have any others to go over. Maybe I can look at gold. Haven't been looking at gold, to be completely honest, to see what it's been doing. It looks like it had a huge drop today as well, because it looks like the dollar did have a big rally. So gold had a big drop. It looks like gold or the dollar may be trying to drop. It looks like, because everything else has been trying to come up, but everything's been in kind of consolidation throughout the Asian range. so far. It is 8:44 p.m. Central Standard Time, so still got a couple hours left in the Asian trading session, and then we'll see what happens during London. But that's all I got for you today. Sorry I didn't have more, but if you have better ideas, or if you have anything you want to share with me, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what's going on. If you do like my videos and you want to tell your people, or if you want to just go ahead and subscribe, you can do that. Just hit that subscribe button. More than the best thing to do is actually hit the like button. Share the video with your friends if you think I give you valuable information. That would be actually pretty awesome. I also have a bunch of information in the description, if you want to join different things, if you're a new investor, how to join Acorns, which rolls your change into investments, or my Robinhood link is in there in case you need a free stock and you never joined Robinhood. If you never joined Stash, that's a cool little app where you can start building a small little portfolio by just putting little bits of money into stock of your choice. It doesn't execute, like Robinhood does, but it pretty much does the exact same thing. But it's just a little bit different. It gives you, things like tests and things like that, and gives you knowledge of the market. So I have some links in those descriptions as well if you guys ever want to check those out. Also check out my Twitter page, Bodies and Wicks, because I also give my trading view ideas on there. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys tonight. And again, thanks for watching, and to remember to always keep your pants on.